D-Gens, what's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? A lot of negativity out there today, I'm seeing. But I guess that's to be expected when the market is down. A lot of negative Nancy's starting to come out of the woodwork. Altcoin season doesn't look good, in my opinion. What's your opinion based on? Leprechauns and rainbows? What facts are you spitting? What statistics are you basing your opinion on? Besides just your negative feelings. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, H. Barbarina in the house. What's up, buddy? Guys, as always, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It's Christmas time. It'd be a great Christmas gift, guys. It costs you absolutely nothing. It's the gift of giving, right? So smash that subscribe button. Help the channel grow. Santa would definitely appreciate it. Holmes, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Green Tea checking in. Good to see you. Metal detecting. Yo, hello, Rob. I hope you're well. Did you and Wes have an XCN stream yesterday? No, Wes has resigned as an XCN ambassador. The workload was too much for him. He will be on the channel from time to time, however. But right now, I think he's out with his family or something like that. So he's kind of doing his thing right now. But he will be back on the channel. Aaron, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Horace, what's up, man? State of Maine checking in. Nice. Sun is hot in the house. Chappie, what's going on, man? Hanging in there. But hey, guys, listen, I'm actually getting I haven't been excited like this for a couple of months now, for like 2 months. I have not been excited to be able to DCA like this. Yeah, for a couple of months, it feels like. For at least 6 to 8 weeks, right? If you're over on the Patreon or you're on the member side on YouTube, you're well aware that I stopped DCAing about 6 weeks ago. And it's starting to get close to that time where I think I'm going to start dumping more powder into the market, guys. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited right now. David, happy holes, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy holidays indeed, my friend. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So we have a bit of a contrast going on, a little bit of a conflict happening here, guys. Now, I think that this week we could see, starting today or tomorrow, a bit of a relief rally, okay? Now, does that mean that we're going, back to the parabolic part of the board? No, we're not, right? Not right now. What I think is going to happen, now, as you can see, first off, is we have Jasmy here. We got to hit this third touch on the falling wedge pattern to validate it, in my opinion, right? We need 3 touches. Now, if you need an example, if you've never seen my examples, here's another example of the last falling wedge pattern we were in. You need your 3 touches. Then we had our breakout, our retest for confirmation of the breakout, and then we broke to the upside, right? We're looking for something similar right here. So this is what we're watching right now, guys. If you want to follow along and watch on a chart, at home, that's what you want to watch for. We need this third touch, rejection, sideways action, breakout, retest, confirmation of the breakout, and then we'll go, right? That's what we're watching for. Now, I think the Bitcoin is going to provide us with that break to the upside here where we can touch this and reject off of it again, okay? That's what we're waiting for. And I think that Bitcoin is getting ready to provide that opportunity for Jasmy to do that. As we see Bitcoin here, like I said, we're almost down to where I said we'd go at 92K. We're at 93.6 right now. If we do start a bit of a relief rally for Bitcoin over the next, like today or tomorrow, I think it could start this week anyway, but I think today or tomorrow, we could see Bitcoin come back up to close to 100K, but then we're going to come back down again, guys, right? We're not... The only way, in my opinion, that we start to invalidate any kind of downward pressure right now, we'd have to get back up above 105K. That's where I'd want to see us, right? First step, we need to start closing daily candles above 100K. And to completely invalidate any downward momentum, we would have to start getting up over $105,000, right? And we're not even close to that right now. So, like I said, a relief rally for Bitcoin, which would allow Jasmy to do that third touch on the falling wedge pattern. and then reject off. Then we'll start to see Bitcoin kind of come back down. We could touch 92K again. I think we're likely going to come down inside of here between 85 and 87K. And then it's possible, like there's an outside chance, because right here, guys, between 77K and 80K, or sorry, 78K and 80K, there is a CME gap that needs to be filled. Okay? That doesn't necessarily mean that it absolutely has to fill right now, but it's possible we could come down and fill that before continuing to the upside. Okay? So yeah, so that is what that's what I'm looking at. That is what I'm looking at. Rod, happy Monday, buddy. Happy Monday. Angelo, ping pong. Yeah, exactly. Kat, good evening, Kat. How you doing? Happy Christmas. Magic Powers in the house. Madness, Jasmy going in March. Hey, Rob, can you share how much you have invested in your portfolio? Fake Hawk, my entire portfolio breakdown is actually, there's a video over on the Patreon with my entire portfolio breakdown, my friend. Chappie, first run. So, got my nerves going, but trust me, dry powder is ready. Yes, I'm excited, guys. I got some dry powder sitting on the side right now. Listen, if you have an opportunity to do some overtime, make some time and a half or something like that right now, guys, it would not be a bad opportunity to do that, to get a little bit of extra dry powder. That would be absolutely a great opportunity. Guys. I know I'm going to be doing some scooping up. So while we're waiting, and it's making me excited, because I honestly thought that I was done stuffing my bags. And I was kind of conflicted about that, because, like, you always feel like, damn, I wish I could have got more. But there are some projects that I want to continue to fill up on, and now I'm going to have that opportunity. So yeah. If you want to know what I'm buying and when I'm buying it, you got to be either a member at YouTube or over on the Patreon. All right, let's go have a look at the bubbles, guys. What's going on with the bubbles? Little bit of a rally here beginning for the altcoins. Like I said, Jasmy's actually up 1.1%. Yeah, a little bit of a rally going on. Not too bad. Across the board, there's some DCA opportunities still, even though most things are kind of pumping. You could pull a swing trade on something like LCX or Veracity or Taraxa. Wait for those to turn around a little bit. They should get a relief rally. Miria, XCN, yeah. But, I mean, Fake Hawk, I keep buying the dip, and it keeps dipping. I know the feel, man. I know the feel. All right, what else do we have? All right, let's get into some of the news, guys. Now, if you missed this last night, check this out, guys. This is massive for Jasmy. Massive, okay? Courtesy our friend Neil Extrix, friend of the channel. Make sure you give him a follow over on X. The team is launching a new service. This is big, not just for me, but for you guys, for the entire Jasmy community, guys. You're going to get paid to watch my videos. Watch. Listen up. A media platform called Junction Stories. Content creators can link their YouTube videos to this platform. When a video is watched on Junction Stories, points are awarded to both the viewer and the creator. So you're going to get paid to view in your PDL. You'll get dropped for participating. You will get dropped Jasmy coin. Or you get points, or you can convert to Jasmy coin. You can convert them to Jasmy or Junction tokens. So you're going to get paid in Jasmy coin, essentially, to watch my content, guys. I've already filled out the appropriate forms that need to be filled out. So this is massive, and this is a huge marketing ploy by the company as well, guys. So for content creators, this system allows them to increase the views on their YouTube videos while offering a new monetization opportunity through tokens. So I will also get paid in JASMY coin as well as you guys. They can also strengthen their community by engaging their audience directly on this platform. Now, each user has a personal data locker, which will record all of their interactions and contributions. The more a user participates, the more data and history they accumulate, which can lead to opportunities or more advantageous offers. So you're going to have a PDL address to participate, because that's where you get paid your points, which you can convert to JASMY coins, okay? The goal of this service is to create a collaborative ecosystem where creators and viewers co-create value. Creators gain visibility and monetization, and viewers receive rewards, and the community becomes richer and more vibrant. This is off the charts massive, guys. Do you understand the implications of this? Not only does JASMY content that I create start to reach a broader audience, but you guys who already watch my content are going to get paid in JASMY coin to watch my content, right? You're welcome. That's huge, guys. That's huge. So by show of hands in the chat, who wants to get paid to watch my content? Awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome. All right. What else do we have? Now, someone had asked me about, Dumb Money asked me about Quibix a while ago. And I didn't think much of the project, but apparently they've just partnered with SwiftCoin. So now I have to do some research into Quibix because they have just announced a partnership. Soon, the Swift API will be integrated into Quibix wallet, bringing seamless swaps with hundreds of cryptocurrencies across multiple chains. Stay tuned for more updates. So there you go, Dumb Money. There you go, buddy. I'm going to do some research into it and see what's going on. All right, what else do we have? Rect Capital. BTC is offering more confirmation for additional downside than reasons to be bullish at the moment. Once Bitcoin clears its historical corrective weeks, 7, 8, and 9, in price discovery, the opposite will be true. It's Christmas, and this retrace is a gift. So he's anticipating a couple more weeks, probably 2 more weeks of downward pressure, which is what I told you at the beginning of the stream, right? Based on the charts. We could see some more downward pressure, which, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? All right, what else do we have? All right, market is absolutely primed for a 10% correction, says DCLA's Sarat Sethi.
It's now Sarat Sethi, DCLA managing partner and portfolio manager. He's also a CNBC contributor. December is usually a great month. Didn't start out so great.
It did not, and you had a few things going on. I mean, obviously last week with a little tantrum going on in the markets, but you've also had a bifurcation of the markets. If you look beneath the surface, the equal weighted indexes are all down. And so you're still being driven with the Fab 7, Fab 10. The generals are leading, and the rest of them are being left behind. It was a similar thing happened early in the year and last year.
The 10 straight days down for the Dow, not the same for the Nasdaq. I think the Nasdaq was actually at that point was up, but then it lost on Thursday.
On Thursday, and that's part of what I was saying, because the Dow was, United Health is part of the Dow, so that was down 20%, and that was a big weight of the Dow. But all the other indexes were down, Nasdaq being ridden by the Googles of the world, the Teslas of the world, et cetera. So that's where the money's going at the end of the year. The momentum investing is still back. However, the other side of it, if you're kind of a longer term investor, I would look at stocks that are completely out of favor, that are being sold, A, because they're not momentum, and B, because of tax lot selling. So, for example, of Freeport McMoran. It's down 12% in 3 months. It's flat or down for the year. Copper demand is through the roof. It's whether you think EVs are going up, whether you think of data centers and new homes and new buildings, copper is everywhere. We haven't built a copper plant in the world in 10 years.
It's an EV play. You've liked Freeport for a while.
I have.
You haven't made any money.
Well, it was up to 52, and now it's back to 38. So, you did make money mid-year, but I have liked it for a while. It's a great cash flow machine. Not a lot of competition in there, and really not more for EV, but if you look at data centers and inputs of where copper goes, and it's just an expanding global play.
When's the last time we had a 10% pullback?
August, first week of August was when you had a real, but it was literally for a week, Joe. And it was so quick, so fast, most people don't even remember.
So I don't. So 2 or 3 years, we've had very few corrections.
Yeah, and historically, every 18 months, you get a 10% correction. Are we primed for one? Absolutely.
Well, that's what I thought was starting when we had 10 straight down days. The first time that's happened since 1974. But then Friday looked like it wanted to dispel those notions immediately that there was anything serious.
Well, yeah, Friday started to come back a little bit after we had the 3.5% down day. I don't think we're out of the woods in terms of where we are with volatility, especially as we get into the inauguration. And you get into next quarter and people start talking about where earnings are going to be and where the real growth is going to be in earnings. And then, interest rates came back into the picture. The view was, hey, we'll have a couple of cuts next year. Right now, people aren't too sure, and that has a big play on valuation.
Do you think the labor market and the overall economy is showing signs of weakness?
I think you're definitely seeing signs of slowing down, but I don't think it's to the point where we're going to call a recession. It's just going to be, hey, things aren't going to be as great as they were before. But labor market's still strong. Demand is still strong. The consumer is still strong. You're seeing travel. You're seeing people spend money going out. If you look at all the data points as we follow airlines, they're still full. They're fully booked. Pricing hasn't come down. Oil prices have come down, which is a good input. And demand for labor is there. The question will be, what happens the next couple of quarters?
Well, are you more worried about the economy showing signs of moderation or inflation still being, we haven't put a stake in it yet?
More worried about inflation.
You are.
I am.
But you're worried about both.
No, I'm not as worried about.
You're not worried about the economy.
No, I think
so we shouldn't be cutting.
Unless inflation is not going to come back to 2%.
It's not going to.
All right. So I think the Fed is kind of holding back to see where.
Could it come back? What would cause it to come back with labor strong?
Well, I think what would cause it to come back to 2% might be a slowing economy where demand just goes off the roof. Historically, interest rates have not been this low for the last 15 years. So that's the question. What is the normal rate of interest? And what happens if and when China starts growing again? What does that do to the underlying plays of, whether it's the copper plays or energy plays or all the things that are coming down that are bringing inflation down? But I do think labor it's not that bad. It's not that bad a thing if labor prices are rising, because remember, 70% of our economy, and which is what we like to be invested here in the US, is the consumer. And if the consumer has money in their pocket, they will spend it. You'll get the multiplier.
Well, if inflation stays near 3%, what's the Fed going to do?
I don't think the Fed will cut anymore, or if they do, it'll be very small. But that's not a bad thing. If we know the uncertainty,
you're okay at 3%.
I think
inflation?
2.5% to 3%, the economy can handle it just fine, because the 10-year will be between 4.5% and 5%. If that's where you got to kind of have to look to see where is capital cost for corporations. Is it going to be something that they can expect? So if you take that uncertainty out and you say, hey, we know kind of what band interest rates are going to be in, consumers, corporations, they will know how to then look for the future.
It helps with our debt, obviously, and the repayment, but it doesn't help because of people that are living, at 3% is a lot worse than 2% if you do it over time. 5-6 years compound that. The dollar's worth much less than your purchasing power.
Absolutely. But then also you have to then put money to work in capital, and you also then have to
Not everybody can do that, though.
I don't disagree with you, but then at least interest rate's not 0 for them either. So you can get 4, 5 to 6% bonds, which you and I know longer term are not the best thing, but at least you're getting better than 0 to 2%, which when it was really destructive.
Nice. What do we got here? Dumb Money in the house. What's up, buddy? What do you know about Beam nodes? Quite a bit, actually, Tony. Quite a bit. We are working with Beam nodes over on the Patreon right now. We've been working with them for, I want to say, a week or two now. So yeah, that's why you got to be over on the Patreon, guys. I keep telling you guys, you're missing out on these passive income opportunities. That's what we've been doing over there, man. That's what we've been doing. I actually have a tutorial video I'm putting together right now over there for everybody who is struggling understanding how to operate the node. But yeah, most of our Patreon members have all picked up Beam nodes like a week ago. I am Jasmy. We're all Jasmy. Rod, last night I bought my first Beam node. I believe the only way to learn is by being involved. You're absolutely right. Thanks, Rob. Hey, no problem, brother. I'm glad that I could bring that opportunity to you guys. I have more node opportunities that I'm bringing to you guys. I have, I think, 3 or 4 other projects I'm working on bringing to you guys as well for node operations. So that's exclusively on the Patreon, guys. All right, what else do we have? Step into Myriaverse. Come for the prizes, stay for what's to come. In case you missed it, the Interact campaign, now's your chance to sign in. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. I love to see this. Myria entering the Myriaverse, the metaverse, guys. Absolutely bullish. Guys, I've been telling you guys how bullish I am on Myria for like a year and a half or something like that, right? So, yes, very bullish on Myria. It's going to do big things this cycle. Angela, your background is full red. Yes, it is. All my quantum computing. What else do we got? Maybe this will be better for you. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Play a little piano. All right, what else do we have going on here? See, here's the CME gap that I was talking about earlier, courtesy of Rec Capital. People are thinking very differently about the potential downside possibilities during the corrective period now that Bitcoin is down 15%. So here we go, guys. Between $78,000 and $80,000, we have a CME gap, which would bring Bitcoin drop down a total of 25.86%. Now that's pretty conservative. That's not a bad pullback at all, considering the fact that we see pullbacks as high as 40% in a bull run. We see like 8 or 9 of them, right? So Shane, what's up, buddy? Angelo, hey guys, I am not George. You're not George. You are broke. I am broke. DCA. Nice. All right, what else do we have? More from Rec Capital. Already, Bitcoin has showed some relief bounce to 96K earlier, which has preceded the downside we're seeing now overall. As long as the previously lost support turns new resistance, additional downside should be expected. We got to get back up over $100,000, guys, is the bottom line. Otherwise, we're going to continue to see more downside. 2.94 billion in shorts stand between Bitcoin and $105,000. So we could see a short squeeze. That would be all right. That would be nice. A little bit of turbo news, guys, for you turbo fans out there. B-Turbo, based turbo, now listed on Biconomy. So very bullish listing for turbo there. What else do we have? We got MicroStrategy bought another 5,262 Bitcoin for $561 million. MicroStrategy continues to buy. Did you? Bitcoin news. Bitcoin crowd sentiment has reached its lowest point this year, with traders expressing extreme fear. And what do we do when we see extreme fear in the market, guys? We buy, right? We buy. That is right. My cat won't shut up because the door's closed. Nokia has filed a patent for a digital asset encryption device, signaling a move into blockchain security. This is what adoption looks like, guys. This is what adoption looks like. A little bit of KASPA news for you guys as well. Buying native cryptocurrency KASPA token with cash has never been easier. KASPA is now available for purchase via fiat on-ramp at DAP Change Finance. So new listing for KASPA available to be purchased with fiat. Very, very bullish. Also, guys, we got some Ondo news. Ondo just got listed on Newton. Now, Newton is Canada's largest crypto exchange. So very bullish for Ondo. All right, let's get into an article here. XRP lawsuit news. Expert reveals if Atkins will dismiss the case. The XRP lawsuit against Ripple has important court dates coming up. The U.S. Court of Appeals has set deadlines for the case. Ripple must submit a mediation questionnaire by December 23rd, 2024, and an open brief by March 6th, 2025. Ripple must respond to the brief by April 7th, 2025. However, a potential U.S. government shutdown could cause delays in the case. Ripple is still hopeful that the case might be dropped, but some critics, like former SEC official John Reed Stark, believe the Ripple ruling creates confusion. He thinks it doesn't protect retail investors enough and could affect how cryptocurrency companies argue their tokens aren't securities. So John Reed Stark, speaking on behalf of, not speaking on behalf of, but siding with the SEC, he feels that the judge ruling that XRP is not a security on the secondary market, which was good for retail investors like you and I, which means the value of our token did not plummet into the dirt, right? He thinks that that was a detrimental ruling for us retail investors. He thinks it was a bad decision for us. He thinks it would have been better for the judge to label our XRP as securities, costing us all hundreds of billions of dollars. That would have been a positive thing for retail investors, according to him, right? However, XRP enthusiasts are confused and eager about how long the case might continue. Former SEC lawyer Mark Fagal wrote on social media, "The appeal will continue for now, and the process takes about a year, but there is a possibility that a new administration decides to move to dismiss the appeal. That's not something I recall happening before, but it's possible and maybe likely." Stark also warns of a major clash between Trump's administration and Gary Gensler's SEC picks. Stark describes Gensler's recent promotions as part of a deep state crusade to secure influence before leaving office. Stark predicts that Atkins' team will move quickly to dismantle crypto investigations. SEC prepares for a shutdown. On December 13th, 2024, the SEC Division of Corporate Finance issued guidance to help companies prepare for a possible shutdown. A government shutdown could make a legal case more complicated, causing delays in decisions and adding pressure to everyone involved. The SEC delayed responses might give Ripple more time to prepare its defense, but it could also postpone the final decision on XRP's regulatory status. No, that is inaccurate. Again, why are so many articles, so many people who write articles about this Ripple case, why are they so confused about this whole situation? XRP has been declared not a security on the secondary market. The SEC's appeal is not that for that. They cannot appeal that XRP is not a security. Yet you see these articles continuing to say that XRP's regulatory status is uncertain. No, it's not. It's been declared not a security. That part of the case is not being appealed. Where's the confusion, right? Am I ringing any bells here? And my stupid cat just won't shut up. All right, so what else do we have here? We got a little, here we go. All right, so Bitcoin legend Did it out to? I don't even know what that is. Literally sold everything to buy Bitcoin and live in Thailand. Listen to this story.
What we're seeing now is that, of course, all that money ends up causing inflation, and then the inflation is bankrupting the middle class, and people are outraged, and they say, stop sending money to Ukraine. But to get more to the point, they should be protesting about getting rid of fiat money and adopting Bitcoin, as we do in El Salvador, and you too can enjoy the Salvadoran miracle. It's a circular Bitcoin economy. It's all in Bitcoin. I think in America, when you see outcry about money being sent to Ukraine, for example, well, the government prints the money. I mean, then no one's going to stop them. They can print it and ship it to Ukraine. I mean, you can just use Bitcoin your entire life in El Salvador if you want. The adoption rate is increasing every month, every year, and but if you can do it now. So in Bitcoin Beach, my friend Mike Peterson of Bitcoin Beach, he started the Bitcoin revolution in El Zonte, El Salvador, and the circular economy in El Zonte. These guys would have to go 20 miles down the road to an ATM and try to get cash, and it was very cumbersome. But on a Bitcoin standard, it doesn't matter where you come from, or any country, any currency. If you have a Bitcoin, you can transact because the local commercial people take Bitcoin, and it's an instantaneous transaction, and there's nobody who's going to stop them. You cannot interrupt or censor. The center of freedom has moved from the U.S. to El Salvador. So this is what I'm telling people: leave the U.S. The U.S. is now at the back of the queue. They're no longer the shining city on the hill. That's like the U.S. is now the place to leave. It's a hole. It's the banana republic. When the President Bukele gave his recent speech to CPAC, he was talking about inflation in the U.S. and how America is now monetizing their own debt. America prints money to buy its own debt because nobody else in the world wants to buy American debt. It's called debt monetization. And back 50 years ago, people in the U.S. would look at Central America and say, ha ha, you have to buy your own debt. You're a banana republic. And so here you have the president of El Salvador lecturing people in Washington at CPAC about the fact that you guys are now monetizing your own debt. So it's the U.S. has a monopoly on this, and the U.S. is world reserve currency since World War II. It's like they kicked Iran off of SWIFT, and they sanctioned Russia and seized Russian assets. And so what your point is, they've weaponized the dollar, which is a terrible thing to do because these countries are then motivated to come up with something other than the dollar.
Which is what BRICS
exactly
is.
What they're doing. So the BRICS nations are getting aggressively off the dollar. Global usage of the dollar is plummeting. And, this means that the U.S. empire, which is based on the globe using the U.S. dollar, is disintegrating. Without that, the income that comes from being the global bank, you lose a huge amount of cash that comes into the coffers of Washington. And, it's a Ponzi scheme. And the Ponzi scheme only works if there's people constantly who believe in the Ponzi scheme and who support the Ponzi scheme. Once people realize this is a Ponzi scheme and they leave, the whole thing collapses rapidly, like at the end of any empire. And that's not the stage we're at now. The U.S. empire, the U.S. dollar empire, is the last inning of a massive Ponzi scheme that's been going on for 50, 60 years. And when it collapses, it'll happen like building number 7. It'll just be free falling in its own space. And everyone will wonder, how did that happen? It was so sudden. They'll make up some excuses, but it'll be quick and devastating.
Kaiser goes on to say that because of massive insolvency, central banks and the Federal Reserve are now over-leveraged. Japan has always been one of the top lenders globally because of its cheap money. This has led to Japan reaching into assets that have now crippled its infrastructure.
El Salvador is solving a big problem for America on the southern border. Their southern border is out of control. And they look at El Salvador and they notice that less and less Salvadorans are making the trip north. So they're actually loving President Bukele because he's helping them with a big problem that they have at the southern border, and they are now rooting for other countries to do the same, to follow in the Bukele model, and this would stem the number of migrants who are crossing the southern border. Number 2, to your point, it is a struggle. We are dealing with the IMF. So the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is, John Perkins wrote about this in his Confessions of an Economic Hitman, which he worked for the bankers and the IMF. And when a Southern American country or Central American country did something that the bankers on Wall Street didn't like, they would send in the economic hitman, and they would, in fact, throw them out of an airplane, the leader of that country, et cetera. And the history is replete with examples of this. It's not debated this is exactly what they do and have been done. Today, we've got the IMF fulfilling that role. It's trying to get as many countries in the world to get on the U.S. dollar. You know, Donald Trump said last week that he's going to go after countries that stop using the dollar. And so they're very nervous. They're very nervous about the fact that the dollar is losing world reserve currency. There's nothing they can do about it. But, you know, with the IMF, President Bukele has pretty much gone toe to toe, let's say, with the IMF. And he's in the process now of exiting the IMF. So the economy is growing sufficiently without the IMF's help. Thank you very much. The balance sheet of the country, by the way, the balance sheet of El Salvador, the country has hundreds of millions of dollars, close to $1 billion in Bitcoin. They're putting Bitcoin on their reserves, which helps them grow outside of all this fiat money madness. So not only do they use it as day-to-day legal tender, but the country itself has put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. We have an adopting El Salvador passport program. People are sending us $1 million in donation to get a El Salvadoran passport within 2 weeks. And then that money goes into Bitcoin. We've got some other financial kind of architecting that's going on, which is favoring Bitcoin. So that not only is the country have Bitcoin as legal tender, but it'll become a fully reserved Bitcoin country, which means that it'll be potentially the richest country in the world.
Nice. We got some more comments to get through here. Johnny, I'm new to crypto. JASMY, and your channel. What are good long-term investments for altcoins? For say a decade. I'm holding them. Johnny, I'm actually putting together a video over on the Patreon for you guys, and it is a list of projects that I believe are exactly what you're looking for here, my friend. Exactly what you're looking for. So if you're over there, then stay tuned. That video is going to be coming out in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for it. They are projects I look at through more of a TradFi lens, and there's a whole handful of them that I'm doing. So it's a whole video that I'm putting together for you guys. So check it out. If you're not over there, get over there, Johnny. You're not going to want to miss that video, my friend. David, time is money. Soon we will see green days ahead. Absolutely, man. If you got $5K for Christmas gift, what are you buying? I'd probably divide it between 4 or 5 projects, to be honest with you. I'd probably scoop up, put it into 4 projects, and then keep a G-bar on the side for dry powder in case I see a dip on one of them, right? That's probably what I would do. Nacho, or get 3 projects and keep 2 G-bars on the side. Something like that. What's up, buddy? Been buying whatever I can at this. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Meow. Yeah, you guys hear my cat, eh? Funky, what's up, buddy? Stop buying these. Can't stop buying these dips. Yo, Mars in the house. What's up, man? Do you hear a cat? Yeah. Leo, what's up, man? Leo's in the house. I'm doing good, brother. Liquidity. What's up, everybody? Wish you the best to you and your families. Absolutely, guys. It's almost Christmas. Almost Christmas. I've been learning how to trade by myself for the last 8 months. I've been using fake money to learn my way around trading, and it's been paying off. So now I've been putting real money in, and it's paying off. Nice. Congratulations, Nacho. You did it the right way, man. You had patience. You put in the work. Liquidity. It's a win-win for me, honestly. I get to DCA some more if we get that dip, or we see fireworks real soon into the new year. Absolutely. I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. It's good to see you, my friend. William, there you are, man. I was starting to worry about you, brother. I was starting to worry about you, man. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right, what else do we have? Let's get into this article. This last article we have here. All right, so altcoin market gearing up for 2024 rally following key market patterns. Cryptocurrency analyst Ash Crypto predicts an altcoin rally in 2024 by comparing it with the 2020 market cycle. The current market phase appears to resemble earlier patterns where altcoins experience periods of decline, accumulation, and then explosive growth. Investors are being urged to understand that phases understand the phases and prepare for the opportunities ahead. The 2020 altcoin cycle began with a sharp downtrend when the prices fell dramatically, forcing short-term investors to exit the market. This initial phase cleared expressive market optimism and created a foundation for patient investors to accumulate assets. After the downturn came a second phase that lasted several months. When prices consolidated into a narrow range, this accumulation period allowed investors to prepare for the next big market move. It was during this phase that experienced traders recognized the importance of staying focused on long-term gains. Finally, the market entered a breakout phase where altcoins rallied significantly and delivered extraordinary returns for those who had held on. This parabolic rally demonstrates the value of patience during the early phases. The 2024 altcoin cycle seems to be following a similar path to 2020. With a familiar three-phase structure earlier in the year, the market faced a steep decline as prices dropped sharply and reset investor sentiment. This aligns closely with the downtrend seen in the first phase of the 2020 cycle. Currently, the market is in a phase of consolidation, where prices remain steady within the defined range. This accumulation period offers long-term investors an opportunity to position themselves before the expected breakout. According to Ash Crypto, this phase is critical because it often precedes major upward movements. Ash Crypto advises investors to avoid selling their positions too early because a rally has yet to begin. Understanding the current consolidation phase could help investors better prepare for the market's next move. Investors who remain patient may benefit during a breakout phase. Though the market remains volatile, observing historical patterns and staying informed can prove critical as the 2024 cycle unfolds. Now, guys, I want to show you something here. I did this in a video or on a live stream the other day, I think yesterday or the day before, okay? So I want to show you something. If you will bear with me. All right. So going back to 2020, okay, this is the Ethereum USDT chart. All right. So if we zoom and we go way back to 2020, okay, right here we had the US election, right? 2020. This is where we are. This is the Ethereum chart, okay? This is where we are right now. This is December 28th. Okay, so 23rd, December 23rd. We're right here, okay? Let me zoom in more so you guys can see. Okay, right here's where we are, December 23rd. This is in the last cycle. We rallied up a little bit, and then look what happened right here, January 2nd, the beginning of January, right here. Okay? Starting in the first part of January, we rallied up to the wick. Ethereum rallied 77.5%. Then we kind of trended in an upward sideways pattern from January 7th until February 1st. Okay. Then we rallied more. Then we spent the next beginning of February till February 21st, till the end of till almost the end of February, we rallied another 51%. Then we had a correction, probably about 45% correction. And the point is, look at, we continued our way upwards. And it all started right here on January 2nd for Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is what we use as an indicator for what's going to happen with the altcoins. And look at the rally that took place beginning January 2nd down here. Okay. Now, let's go over to Cardano, because Cardano was around back then as well. What do we have in Cardano? When did Cardano start to go? We had something very similar happen for Cardano here. Look at this. Here we are, January 2nd. Boom. Starting January 2nd, Cardano ran up 91% between January 2nd and January 6th. So for 5 days, went up 91%. Then it kind of went sideways until, what do we have here? Until February 2nd, same as Ethereum. And it rallied until February 10th. Another 175, almost 176%, right? So the point is, it started again on January 2nd, same as Ethereum, right? Now, we use those two as barometers for the entire altcoin season. And they both continued to rally all the way until, well, I mean, we rallied and peaked in March, sorry, January, February, March, May, sorry. May, we peaked in May. Then we had a sharp, like 60% correction. And then we immediately recovered. And we had our second run up, which started in July and peaked in November, sorry. So the point I'm trying to get at for you guys here is that if we look back at history, when altcoin season officially started in the last bull run, it officially started January 2nd is when altcoins really started to rally parabolically, right? This is what we're in right now. This boring sideways little pumps, right? If you zoom in on these little pumps, right? It's like, yeah, yay, we pumped up, whatever, 80%, and then we corrected. And this is what we've been dealing with right here, guys. All this, right? January 2nd is when things took off. So are we going to see altcoin season kick off in January the same way it kicked off in the last cycle is what I'm trying to get across to you guys, right? Liquidity. Hope you can get some rest before with the fam rub. I know you've been real busy with work, the bar and whatnot. Actually, I left the bar. So I do this full time, but yes, I have been extremely busy doing this. I have a second channel called Crypto Blueprint that I do a live stream on. I'm trying to grow out that channel because it's going to be a broader range of topics that are going to be covered over there in the crypto space. Another local, yes, I heard the feline meow too. Patience is a virtue before striking. A couple more weeks, family, before things go green. Yes. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, guys. Is altcoin season going to kick off in the beginning of January? It did last time. But as always, guys, I want to know what you guys think. See if we got anything else. No, not really. Don't really have anything else. And there we go, guys. Just like I said, Bitcoin has officially hit 92K. Did I call it or did I call it? We're at 92,600. I told you guys we were coming down to 92,000. We haven't quite hit 92,000 even, but we're in 92,000. So we did hit that. Now, are we going to hold support here or are we going to crash down between 85 and 87K? That's going to be the next question. So far, I have been bang on. Anyway, guys, as always, that's the stream. That's the chat. That's the news. Get over to the page. A lot of people have been asking me questions here. How to operate nodes, what's going on with the Beam nodes and stuff like that. Guys, if you want these passive income opportunities, if you want to learn how to operate these nodes, if you want exclusive Patreon-only content like projects I'm looking at holding for 10 years plus, If you need help with your exit strategies, with your profit taking, get over to the Patreon, guys. You can schedule one-on-one coaching sessions with me. You can join our group video calls that we do every single night. And you will definitely be learning a lot over there, guys. You will learn how to navigate this market safely. All right. So get over to the Patreon. The link is in the pinned comments. It's in the description. It's in the chat. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. And I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Central for the next live stream. Peace.